fly, fly.
Welcome to the Fly to Fit Chick studio. I am Chandra. Hey, flyers, you ready? Hey, let's get this party started. We're just gonna do a 20-minute walk. If you walk a mile, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. We're just gonna walk and talk and move, all right? Let's go. We're gonna march. Oh, make sure your activity monitor is on. March. Why I don't have my activity monitor on? All right. Hey y'all, let's walk. It's gonna be an upbeat walk, but it's not a goal setting walk. Okay, you got it? Good. Let's get to moving. Listen, today is what? January 22nd. Let's walk. So if you started from the 1st, clap it up. If today is your first day, clap it up. If today is your second day, clap it up. Just celebrate. Celebrate being here. Okay? Celebrate being here. Every moment. Now, I did say this is an upbeat class. However, if you need to slow it down, slow it down. All right? March. We're going to take 2 steps to one side, 2 steps to the other side. On my count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2. Hey. There's a heat wave. Come on. Baby, we are going to get this weight off us by moving. By moving. So, I want to welcome all my new subscribers and the ones that's been here. Please stay. Don't go nowhere. Get used to the movement. And in February, we want 30 minutes. All right? You got to challenge yourself. Okay? Come on. But I want to tell you about me. Give you a little bit of my story. Okay? You know, Facebook has those memories, right? And sometimes I don't want to see them. I'm like, whew, I want to forget that. I am 55, right? So my younger days, we don't have footage. Okay? And I saw this is going to be our last 4. March. So this message came up 8 years ago today, and I cried like a baby when I saw it. So how did you get this girl right now in front of you that's walking? Let me tell you the story. So I was upper 270s. 8 years ago, I was like 278. And then 6 years ago, I was 296. We're going to focus on the first one, okay? And it's always a message in it, all right? So, how you feeling? If you need some water, get some water. And remember, if your space is this big, that's fine. Just walk, okay? Ooh, 15 minutes to go. So, I want to say like 278, 279, somewhere around there. And I live in Chicago. And I used to commute when I take the train when I work downtown. And we have all these trains. We have different colored trains. We have the red line, the green line, the purple line, the blue line, the yellow line, the pink line. And they go to different parts of the city and suburbs. March. Now, from here, I want us to do a diagonal walk, okay? And I'm gonna show it to you slowly. Step, 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 step. You got it? Let that foot meet. And you don't have that much space? Here you go. Okay? So, I was on the train. It was winter time in Chicago. So, there's a long tunnel. So, I got off the red line and I was not taking the stairs. I was on the escalator and I took the escalator up to the top, and I had to walk through this very long hallway. And as I'm going through the hallway, I noticed that my shoe, my boots, shoe was untied, and I can hear the strings just hitting the pavement. And I'm like, oh, let me tie my shoe. And I couldn't tie my shoe. I bent down and we're gonna come back. This is the last one. March. I went to bend down. I couldn't reach it. So I want you to march because I just want to show this to you. So then I'm like, I tried to take my leg and go like this. I couldn't get my leg up. So then I went to the wall and I tried to lean like this on the wall and I couldn't get down there. And this hallway is very long and they have cameras everywhere. And people are walking past me and you could not tell me that people were in the camera room looking at me and laughing. I was so ashamed and I felt so defeated. Now, and to that point, as large as I was, I didn't feel unhappy. I didn't have a problem with it. I have a wonderful husband that loved me and accepted me and everything was fine until that moment. And when that moment came, I was looking around and I'm like, everybody know. They see I can't tie my shoe. And that sound of my shoe hitting that pavement was one of the worst sounds that I ever heard in my life. And I'm the only one that can hear it, right? So it's like, did somebody notice my shoe was untied? Probably. No one said anything. Were there crowds of people standing around laughing? Absolutely not. But for me, there was no way that I can tie that shoe. So I'm hearing this sound, and it was a lot of snow. And even on the snow, I can hear the choo, choo, choo. I can hear it. And then in my mind, I started thinking about morbidly obese people, because that's what I was. And I'm like, why won't they pick their feet up? And I had all these things, and I'm like, I am that person. I am her. I got to work. I sat down at my desk. And when I was sitting in my chair, excuse me, I bent over and I couldn't reach my shoe. So what I had to do was grab my pant leg to bring my leg up to tie my shoe. And I sat at my desk and I just cried. I couldn't stop crying. And my coworkers coming over and they was like, Chandra, what's wrong? And I couldn't talk. So I had one of my coworkers called my husband. And I started talking to him. And he said, babe, what's wrong? And I said, I can't tie my shoes. I said, I can't tie my shoes. And he was like, what? You can't tie your shoes? So from right here, let's get some arm work. Okay? Put your elbows to your side. And I want you to do a bicep curl with a heel tap. And he was like, you can't tie your shoes. I said, baby, I'm so big, I can't tie my shoes. He was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I was like, it's not gonna be okay. So then my coworker that held the conversation, I just got off the phone and she was like, Chandra, it's gonna be okay. And I said, I can't live like this. I can't live like this. I gotta change it. I don't know what to do. So I don't know how it happened. I don't know if my husband called me or I called him, but he was like, you want to try Weight Watchers? And I said, at this point, I'll try anything. So he got the information and I logged on and I signed up for Weight Watchers while I was at work. And I came home and my daughter had moved out and we had a spare bedroom and I didn't know what to do with that bedroom, right? All right, from here, I want you to tap back with a hammer curl. Tap the toe back. And, it was just a shell of a room. And before Xfinity became Xfinity, it was Comcast. And they had free fitness. And her name was Jennifer. She looked like she used to be like a little dancer or worked in gymnastics. She was so cute. Kimberly. And she had this walking class. It was 15 minutes. And she was like, let's walk a mile. Let's walk a mile. March. And she said, we're going to walk a mile. And you can do it. And it was only 15 minutes. 2 minutes in, I was drenched in sweat. And I may have taken a 10, 20-second break every minute. I couldn't breathe. And it was Nothing more than what I'm doing now. And when it was over, I felt accomplished and defeated at the same time. And I said, I'm going to do it again. I didn't do it that day. I would come home from work and I would take those 15 minutes with her. And it took me 3 months before I was able to complete a mile within that 15 minutes. And from there, I started walking outside, and I started walking by the beach, and I started walking in the park, and I started walking in the forest reserve. I haven't stopped walking. I also say this to say, even though I was ready, I wasn't really ready. My why was all over the place, and I wasn't truly focused. I was in a competition with no one in particular and everybody. I'm looking at this person, that person, that person. Oh, I got to be better than that. I got to be better than that. I'm going to show you a trick that I learned from Kimberly. Your core is always in, right? I want you to put your hands out, and I just want you to kick. Just kick out. Put your hands out. What she say? Spirit fingers. Kick out. If you go over like this, your core is not in. And when you're kicking, you can feel your core. You can feel it. I'm going to bring this back into class. I wish I could find her. If I find her, I might be able to find her on YouTube and tell her how those 15 minutes truly changed my life. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, in that first 8 years ago, it taught me so much. And even though I succeeded, I failed miserably because I was focused on everything and everyone else but myself. So, wow, my anniversary passed. I didn't even celebrate it. So January 18th, 2018, I started all over. I was over 300 pounds, but I was so embarrassed that I didn't want to get on the scale. And when I got on the scale, I thought I was probably at my 270 again, but I wasn't. I was at 296. And I took my time and I focused on me. I didn't follow any fads, any trends, and I bought a bike and I continued to walk. And then I started doing other stuff. I got a rowing machine, you know. But for the most part, I came back to my basics. And I started this and restarted this channel because coming back to the basics is what I need and what I want to share. It took me, this class almost over. It took me some time. It took me, because I don't follow diets. I just had to figure out what worked for me, what was good for me. And I started going to Google, how to make a healthy chili. What kind of chili can I make and not use beans? How can I have fried chicken without frying it. March. We're just gonna march it out. And I started just learning how to cook foods that I love and make them healthier, leaner, and more nutritious for me. And I have not gained that weight back. And I will not. I thank you for spending this time with me today and listening to how the Fly to Fit Chick started. Do a dance. Do a dance. You got to finish with a dance. All right? Tomorrow, we'll get back on track with our 1 mile walk. Hey, but today, I just want to talk. That's it. Thank you all for joining me. I need some water. Why didn't I get any water? Because I was talking. I talk a lot. I don't mind sharing myself. If you have any questions, you would like to reach out to me, fly2fitchick@gmail.com. I am Chandra. I love you. Be peace, be love, be great. Bye, flyers. Fly, fly, fly.
Fly, fly, fly.